Hey everybody, Carol Siddle here with Pink Dragon JJ. Welcome to my channel and thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Whatever you choose to do, just have a great time looking. I am here with my finished design team project for Diane Shaw, which was using her Christmas digis. And I have called this, it's a ring binder. It's a 5-ring ring binder. It is, oh my gosh, let me see what size this sucker is. I believe it's 8 inches by 10. So 8 by 10 or 10 by 8, whichever way you want to do it. I have been working on this for a while. I have so enjoyed this. I love doing Christmas journals. But I've got a whole list of journals I'm going to be making. Not all Christmas, but just coming up. Every time I see something, I get so inspired. But this is called Cozy Country Christmas, and this is fabric. I just love the tractor and the snowman. I love the trucks too, but I thought it was unique to get something different this year. So I got the tractors, and it has the barns. I used some vintage ruffling that I had. Well, I did the ruffle. It was around a pillowcase, and just did some fabric here. I did a couple videos on making a cover for this, and then these are pieces of fabric that I had that I put on, and this has actually got I don't know if you can see it in this light, probably not, but it's got gold, shiny gold thread in it, and then the Christmas, and then the back, and then I put the red ticking on there also. So get this back in place. I added a couple charms here. One's a Christmas tree, one's a Santa, and these you can take off and put anywhere you want in your journal. But I put them here because I didn't want to make it where you felt like you couldn't move them if you want to. Because whoever gets this can choose to do whatever they want. So let's get started. I'm just doing a flip through here. Let's see if I can get it in. I think that's about as close as I can probably get and get it all in there. So let's get started. A lot of this is vintage materials, and this stuff I've collected, besides her Digi kit, which I have included a little card that I made with the information. It's her Christmas Farmhouse Digi kit, and also her Digi Farmhouse ephemera kit that goes with it. Her farm labels, I used both the gingham and the black and white, and her Digi washies, and probably other older kits that I have of hers, especially for the back pages. And you'll see I did every page, I put one of her coffee dyed or whatever pages on the back, so I didn't have to back a lot of stuff, which was fun. And this journal has been prayed over for wellness and peace, and so this will stay with it. And I've had this forever. I have hoarded this Santa Claus. He is vintage, and I just love him. But I never had a journal that was wide enough that he wouldn't get all messed up. I believe he kind of looks like Mary Engelbright, but I'm not sure. It looks like her style. Yeah, oh, there it is. Yep, there's her mark. But isn't he just the cutest? So he's in his pocket saying hi. And this is, I have several pieces of vintage chenille that I got off of Etsy. This thing keeps moving. I'm trying to keep it from moving. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first page. This is a layaway ticket that I had. That's a lot of these little digi pieces are Diane's. And you can't see on a lot of these, but I had stickles to stuff. One of her backing pieces. This is from hers. her kit, her Christmas kit. And this is part of her kit too, where she had the lined papers, which I just loved. It made it so easy to just flip it over and print it on the back without having to glue on another piece of paper. So much easier to do it that way. Here we got a little tuck with one of her little ephemera pieces. I had a lot of stickers and stuff left over from old kits, so I used those. Some of these papers are from older kit. This has got a couple of cute pages in here. I just made these. I like to do those with scraps, just make little, they can be decorations, they can be tabs, all kinds of things. So, and this is on a Charles Wasaki page, which Diane and I both love Charles Wasaki. There's just something about his art, and you can look at it and go back and look at it. There's always something different. This is from a Boy's Life magazine. It is, I believe, 1964. And this has got a racetrack on one side, but I loved, it talks about the nativity, and has kind of the story of the scripture in here. And there's the Mary and Joseph, and it's got the shepherds and the angel. I just love that, so I cut that out of there. And this is just a vintage, from a vintage paper and from Gainesville, Georgia, which is about 30 minutes north of me. So I'll put that in here, the Herald Angels Sing. And this is, I believe this was Diane's. Oh, I've got so much stuff in here. And I took one of her Christmas balls and just made a tab. Hope you can see this. I've got a lot of, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe I need to, maybe you can see it down there a little bit better. There's glitter I put inside the button. But these are such fun tags, and that's some of her washi. And you know, you can cut it and tear it however you want. But I just love how that came out. Oh, sorry, it's a pocket, which I thought was fun to have pockets. So, there we go. This is one of her pages. Folds out. She did such a good job on this kit. Putting everything together. And little, isn't that pretty? I just love that. And it had the lined paper on the back. Some of these are old materials that I've had. This is one of her pockets. A little card in here. And one of my Christmas stamps. This is from that Boy's Life magazine. And I just love this picture of them getting the puppy. And there's a story in here later, and I'll explain, because I'm from the town of Coca-Cola, the birth of Coca-Cola, Atlanta, Georgia. So, well, I live north of it now, but that's where it comes from. And these are from a little book that I got. Just picked it up at a vintage store. Had snowmen in it, and I love snowmen. And here we go. Here's Santa. This is a piece of cardstock that I had, old leftover Christmas cardstock. But I just love that Santa. And here's some of that chenille and a tag that I made. This is a napkin. Maybe if I do this, you can see better. I'm not sure. Is that in the way? Is that in the way? Let me lift it up a little bit. There we go. And this is a die cut that I had, and I just used a piece of scrap that I had with the front of the truck as a topper, because it had the truck on the napkin. And I cut out from the material the lamppost and put that there. I like to layer things. things to have a story kind of, or just give you a feeling when you look at it. This is one of Diane's tags in the kit, one of her tags. Just added a couple. I love this cute little couple at the bottom and how they're holding hands with the heart. And I backed that with one of her back Digi pages. Oh my gosh, so easy. And not only is it easy, but because I didn't have to really use separate paper, because I use a heavy cardstock. I think this is 80-pound cardstock. So it's heavy enough not to be, it's a good weight for a tag, but it's not too heavy and it's not too light to where it's too flimsy. I mean, like you could pull it out and write on it. And this is from her. This, I think I actually cut it and then clip the corners. And then this is made to tuck down in there so it doesn't slide through. This is that paper. And there it is on the other side. And some of these work, they're made to go together, like to open it up and it looks together. You can tell by the wire and all that. And it's got all the animals, and it just made me think of the stable at Christmas, you know. All the animals would have been in there. And because this had the horse, I put a little horse thing on here, and I had a star, these star paper clips. I have no idea where I got them. I've had them for years, and I just used that on here. And then here is a collaged, this is a material collaged tag. This is actually one of mine from probably a cereal box with some old scrapbook paper on it and some dyed muslin. And so we've got, and I believe I did this online for, oh my gosh, it was a, oh my gosh, my mind just went totally blank. Anyhow, I have a video on how I did all this, and I just loved all those pieces. And you know, you can fussy cut material, because I do it all the time. The bird is fussy cut, the little house, you know, I cut that out. When I have scraps of material and there's something I like on it, instead of throwing it away, I'll cut it out, use it as a fussy cut, just like I do paper. Then this is one of Diane's backgrounds, and I love it because it has the tractor, same as on the cover. It's a Wonderful Life. This is all, that's one of her tabs. And some paper I had on the back. And of course, me and Diane love this. I'm going to be so sad when I run out of that. I might have to order some more. But I love because this magazine page had the lambs on it. So, of course, I had to put the lambs on there. This is one of Diane's papers. Love the truck. Just the whole thing. And I just took a piece of chenille and used it as the background for one of her little cards. And it just, because I wanted something that said Merry Christmas on it, and it just fit. It fit. But I had to put something between this and this because then it kind of blended together. And then this is a napkin. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is actually an envelope. It's a vellum envelope, and I printed on it, but it only printed so wide, so I added a little Blessings Abound, and I did washi around the back. It is in the still silence of nature where one will find true bliss. And then I put in some paper with a bird on it. Jesus is the reason. And then I put some here, some old, this is from, I believe it's still in Diane's Divine Consign booth. My Digi, my Christmas Daily Journal. It's a ring binder, and it has this paper in it. So, thought that was so pretty. Oh, let's slide this down a minute, get this back in here. And that came out so pretty. Mine, yeah, mine. Always got to be checking. Okay, and I took a doily and put it in here, and just some paper I had, and I cut out the bell, and then I wanted it to shine, you know, material to come through, so I put that in there. And then I have the little card, and then there's the bell, the actual, this is the cutout from this. That's the negative space, and that's the positive space, and I just used it for a tag. And this is from Diane's kit, and I just did some stenciling on it. Peace, Christmas jingle, 25, and holidays. And I made a little booklet, and I used red paper. Well, red cardstock. It's actually pretty thick. This is one of her pieces. And I just thought it made the cutest little booklet. And an old, this is definitely vintage cross-stitch piece, and I love it's all Christmas, little Christmas designs. A piece of Christmas paper and just some old stickers that I had. And that's one of Diane's pockets. And I love this little girl. I love this. This is one of Diane's things, and I think one of my favorites because she is just the cutest. And I did some stickles on her and put this big, added a little bit of doily and a big red bow in her hair. And she just looks so cute peeking out of there. This is a piece of plain vellum that I printed on. You can print on vellum. It prints really good. The thing is, just when it prints, before you even touch it, give it time to dry. I use an inkjet printer, and it was dry within less, you know, probably about 30 seconds. So I added the Santa and a little label there. And here's a doily. These are vintage. I got these at a second-hand store. Just some cutouts here. This is from an old magazine. I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, one of my favorite old movies. And here is a ruffle that I made from some material. I think I showed that one of my Digis at Tuesday morning. I found this amazing packet of all farmhouse type stuff. And now I found the material. I found the strips. I was like in heaven. I almost screamed. It was the only one there too, but it had gotten buried into something, because I dig. Man, when I go in those places in the bins, I dig. And I guess it just got in there somehow, but it was meant for me to find. And this is from, let's see if I can find it. I made some paper. Well, I didn't make the paper. This was a piece of tracing paper, and I just scrunched it all up. I took ink, different colors inks, went over it. Then I did some stamping, and then I cut out some of my jingle bells and glued them on. And I was just playing, and I made my own little Christmas paper. And so I used a piece of that on here. And again, another piece of vintage. You can tell how worn it is. I just love it. I love it. Who doesn't love Chanel? This is one of the tags I made for Susan's little tag thing that she had. It has so stinking cute. When I read Diane's words, I hear them in her voice in my head. So Diane, if you happen to see this, your voice is embedded in my brain. But that's okay, because I love your voice. And made a little pocket with some lace and added buttons and just cute little topper and some Christmas ribbon that I had. This is old paper that I had from an old Christmas pad. I don't even know how many years I've had it. And then of course the ribbon. And then there's two envelopes in here. There's this one too. Jingle All the Way, and it's Santa with his reindeer. And that matches the other side. And it's got a magazine page in there. You can put whatever you want in here. You can put a picture in here, you know. Not gonna hurt my feelings. It's gonna be, whoever buys it, it's gonna be their journal. And I like the way the black and white went with the black and white here. More chenille, 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 chenille. This is actually glued on. This is on here. That's one of Diane's things. But I didn't want these little cards sliding all over the place. So I paper clipped it on there. Then I had this big one and I just put a little hole there and added a little tag and a little snowman. And you can use this anywhere you want. I've had these. These are from an old paper pad. I don't even remember which one. This is Diane's paper. So I just love how she used the farm animals, and because we know there were animals in scripture, I think Jesus had a big fondness for animals and writers of the Bible, because there's, you know, if you read scripture, there's a lot of animals in there. And then this is one of my favorite pictures. The kittens and the puppies and the horse. I grew up with horses and animals, and we were a big animal family, but I just love this, and I love cardinals, and I love the way he's sitting up there. And I actually stenciled this on, and then I stamped this. This is a stamp that I got at a secondhand store. I got a whole slew of Christmas stamps for like $2. Go to vintage stores for those kind of things before you buy them for anywhere between, what, $8 and $14 for a stamp at Michael's and places like that. I go to secondhand stores, and I love how that came out. And it went so good with her pocket. And this is some of her washi and one of her labels. Think Happy Thoughts. And again, I printed some paper on the back because the cardstock's heavy enough. But by not doing that, it does not make my journals as thick. They're still alligator mouths. I just think I've kind of given up on that struggle of not trying to make an alligator mouth, because it just seems to happen organically. And I'm like, because I can't stop, y'all. I just don't know how to stop decorating. It's like, oh, one more thing. I will literally go back through my journal like 3 or 4 times. I think I'm done. I'm like, oh, I'm done. It looks good. I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I can, let's see if I have any stickers that might go somewhere or something. And I'll go back through it and I'll add more stuff. Like 2 or 3 times I'll do that. But it's okay. These are those die cuts that you saw on the other one, but it was green. And I love this page, and I just added the trees to the front with the stars. Looks like they're growing in their front yard, sort of, kind of. This looks magical to me. And this, I think this is my favorite page. I had made now you're not gonna believe this, okay? I think I made this tag and showed it when I did the tag thing. Susan Hiles tag. This is just different lace laid down, and then I added a piece of doily. This is just a little scrap with the flower on it, and added the truck, little truck there, and just a little, this is vintage ribbon. You know, it's that stiff vintage ribbon I got at that secondhand store, a whole roll of it. I was so pleased to find it. I love plaids. Added the stars and the buttons at the bottom, made a little pleat. And so I made that totally separate, okay? Then I was decorating this page, and you're not gonna believe me. I know you're not gonna believe me. But before this was even in here, I put down the papers, because this is from a different pad, because this was a magazine cover and it just didn't feel sturdy. But I had this strip of fabric. You know, I have bags of I mean, just bags of Christmas stuff. And this strip was in there, and I laid it down, and because it had the tree, the back of the truck and the front there. And I thought, oh, that's just so cute. And then I said, oh, this would be a great place for the, and y'all, look at that. That was not planned. That was not planned. Magic of Christmas, I'm telling you, magic of Christmas. That's the front of that back of that truck. And I had gotten that from a same piece of the fabric, but a different section of it, another scrap, and then put it on the tag. And I put the tag in here, and I went, I mean, I saw, oh my gosh, they match. It's the piece that came from, I don't know, I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. Okay. I mean, I definitely believe that there is God's magic in the air. I just think things happen. I don't know. I'm going on and on. I can go on about that because that's how my brain thinks. I just believe things come together sometimes and you don't know why, but you just accept it. And this, because I love trucks. Okay, so whoever gets that, that's my favorite. And I love the buttons, and I love this piece. And I've got one more little piece of this. This is like Norwegian ribbon. And I think I got that at a secondhand store too. So enough with that, but don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? And here we go. Here's a doily and one of Diane's. This was actually on a tag, and I had used this tag a couple times. So I just did a punch. Use the Digi kits every way you can think. I've used them for circles, for punches. I've cut out squares. I've cut out the labels. I've taken some of the tags and cut them and used them as journal cards. You can do so many things with these Digi kits. You just let your mind think about it. So here we've got, look, isn't that cute? And that's one of her circles. And I did this. He needed a collar. He needed something Christmassy on him. So I just drew on some holly and put some little sparkle holly berries on him. And I love this as an old piece, and I just put it on a piece of scrap and labels and stamped it. Isn't it just fun to play with your stuff? And of course this has the, I don't know what that is. That has the Christmas time. That's Graphic 45, one of their stamps. Of course, it's perfect for the deer. I think that's, I don't know if that's Diane's. And then here's her little girl, who I just adore. And then here, I stamped on here. I love this set. The snowman, and I just love this Santa. He's just different. He's kind of a cross between a gnome and Santa Claus. Now, some people think Santa Claus is a gnome. I don't think Santa Claus is a gnome. I think Santa Claus is Santa Claus. And gnomes work for him, or elves work for him, not gnomes. So, but he has gnome friends. Gnome friends? Gnome friends. I guess, yeah. Okay. So now, see, this is sometimes why pages take me so long. Because I get off on these tangents and I start thinking about all these stories in my head. Oh my gosh. And here's another Charles Wasaki page. And the Bernese Mountain Dog. That's for you, Gail. And then this is from a Christmas. I did these back in July. Made some collage pages. Another Charles Wasaki, Churchyard Christmas. I just love these. Really put you in the spirit. And there's Santa Claus. And some more. And then these are When they saw the store, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. Some scripture in here. I was going to cut these out. Make them, no, can't do that. And then here we go. Here's another, this can fold out if you want it to. Another page of Diane's. This is cardboard. I ran glitter in between. And had this and put that on there. Just use one of her labels for the bird on these layaway. I believe these were, oh God, I might be wrong, but I think they're Artie Mays. I think they're Artie Mays. Maybe not. And then I did a little stamp that says "Be Merry" and put some backing on it. This, I mentioned this in one of my videos. These came from these Wakey Eggs and Bakey. Cracks me up every time I say it. Oh my God, there is a restaurant near us, and all they serve is breakfast, and these are their wrappers for their silverware. And I was like, can I have your wrappers, please? So every time I go there, I ask people, do you want to keep your wrapper? And they look at me like I'm insane. I'm like, I use them in journals. They're like, oh, okay, here you go. And they give me all their little wrappers. But Wakey Eggs and Bakey. Oh my God. I couldn't resist. Get it where you can, right? And it was free. And then we have, this is Diane's. Oh, this is hers. This is her paper. And these came lined like this, and I just stamped it. Here's a little booklet I made from a couple of her cards. And just added that. May the true spirit of Christmas fill your heart with peace, your home with love. And just put it in a little pocket here. And this was cut out from, I believe, I'm trying to remember if that was, she has a fall journal, Digi pages, and I think this truck came from there. And I'm like, why can't I'll make a pocket with it. So these are both her little journal cards. And I kind of went over that with red because I wanted it to, and I just made a little pocket here with the truck. And then these are Kodiak cakes. I love using Kodiak cakes. You'll see another picture later because it's so organic and has all this, just more country stuff on it. Not necessarily farm, but it goes with it. So, and this was a cover to a book that I think I used pages of this. I might have a page in here too, in one of my other journals, Stories of Santa. So I just used the jacket and covered it on the inside with Diane's beautiful collage page. And here is that, so stinking cute. I just love that. One of my little, I don't even know what you call those things. And then this is her little cards. Now you can cut them out individually, but I made it like a little, you can just write in it and store little secret notes in there. So I just love it. And this is hers. And then we have this. These are hers. This is a different tag, but I wanted one with a real light background, so these would stand out. That's her whale tail there. Oh. So we've got that, and then I glued one of the, excuse me, the mason jars over here. Okay, this is from a book I've got called The Gingerbread Mouse. I used a couple pages in here. I got this, again, secondhand store. Thought the book is just adorable. And I had to get Jesus in here. You know me, I have to get Jesus in. And I love this picture from a book of the star, and it just went with all the stars on the top of the trees. And the fact that it was like nighttime. I just like how it came out. Almost gives me the feeling like I'm looking through a window. Anyhow. And then this is from a beautiful Christmas book I got. And I stamped it Believe in Miracles. I didn't want to put anything else on it because the picture is just, look at her little face. She's just so excited to see Santa. And the stars in the window. I just love that picture. And like Santa's like looking like he knows she's there, but he's not going to turn and look at her and ruin her moment. See what I do? Y'all wonder why it takes me so long to do a journal, because this is what I do. I'm like, I start out, it's a picture, and then it becomes a story. God, I just can't help it. And then these are, that's one of, this is Diane's, and that's like cut from the bottom of the tag. One of her little cards. Get that in there. I just made a little pocket here because I just love that whole vignette. And this is from the same book that the Santa picture came from. And I stamped it, sending you well winter wishes. This so reminds me of Alaska. This does. And of course, see, wherever I go, Coca-Cola. Yep. This is the, this was the it was called Christmas Santa's Coca-Cola book. I think I paid $1 for the book. It's 1943, Santa Claus. It's got war bonds in there. And little wooden toys. And then I just added this pretty ruffle on here, this pretty material. And then added a piece on the back. And then this is a fabric flip that I made. And I love this because this tells kind of a little bit about Coca-Cola. Here's to our G.I. Joes. And there's a letter. And what I thought was really cool, and I did not know this, the Coca-Cola Santa was also a participant in the holiday festivities, a big kid, in fact, as he raided the refrigerator, played with toys, and always, of course, refreshed himself with an ice cold Coca-Cola. So he's kind of like, they just involved him in what he was doing. I thought that was cool. Okay, these are both from Diane. And then this is on a piece of her background, which I just loved it because I love holly and berries. And I made a little tree here and added the stickles to look like ornaments. And that's her backing, which is great for writing on. Thank you, Diane, for doing that, because it, I like that it's a little bit different from just the coffee dyed, because I have a lot of that. And I just think, okay, just trying to get the, I know she's going to scream at me when she goes through this and go, okay, I'm not gonna pull that out, because you know I am trying to get stuff back in. Sorry, didn't mean to snort. That's Diane. There we go. Am I still in frame here? There we go. This is all stencil. Well, not all of it. I stenciled the barn. I cut the tree out from a piece of cardstock. The truck out from a piece of cardstock. These I cut out of a napkin and put on. This is part of the stencil. I cut this out from one of Diane's cards. I may have got the truck out from one of hers. I added icicle glitter to the trees. I drew the tree and put some stickles on it in the window, and I drew on the wreath. And that's part of the, I think I have, oh, the truck may have been in the middle of that. I know it's on one of her cards. So this is all, I thought it turned out really cute. I couldn't just stencil, I had to tell the story. If you're gonna have a tree house, Christmas tree farm, you gotta have Christmas trees. This is another page from that little booklet. This is from an old, it's more than a cookbook, it tells stories too, so I really like it. And I love the font that they used in here. I can't help it. I just love it. Festive feasting, and it's always got these cute little pictures. And I just kind of doodled around that. Here's another Santa. Diane. Diane, look at this Santa. Look at that face. Oh my God, I love it. I can't, this is from an old Christmas book that I have. I think I've had it a couple of years. But I love that it has lots of space to write, so I didn't touch this because it already is labeled Favorite Gifts and Christmas Songs and Stories We Love. So people can fill that in on their own for whatever it is that they love. And this is part of that gingerbread, the mouse's gingerbread house thing. Worship the King. It's got a couple little cards in here. And this was also, you know that other big one I showed you, the brown one? This is from that same paper pad. And then I made a big, this is Diane's big tag. And added some, I pleated some ribbon on the side. Just layered this on. Added one of my bells. I cut it out like cardstock. And I did it as double-sided paper. And it says Miracle with a little doily tag. I really like how that came out. Really do. Get this up. I love this. This is Diane's page, and I put Santa's good list, Santa's naughty list, Santa's maybe list. These were leftover. My mind just went blank. Stickers. Leftover stickers from an old, and I just put her on here and I colored her. And then I did the snowman, and I did his plaid because that obviously wasn't on there, to try to match the same colors in here. So, and then you have this beautiful piece, and I just didn't put anything here. I'm like, you can add what you want, you can write on that. She did a really good job, and I know she said in one of her videos, this is not, I can't even attempt to do a digi. I wouldn't have the first thing. I wouldn't know the first bit, because it's not only, these people that do these digis do a lot of work on them. I mean, hours and hours and hours. And I'm not just talking Diane, I'm talking anybody that does a digi kit. You have to find the pieces, you have to find the artwork. Then you have to know how to use the computer properly to put the layers on, and it is layers and layers for most of them. And that's why we go and buy them, because we look and go, I could never do that. I mean, I can decorate, I have a little bit of art background, but not to do to the level of some of these artists. So that's my round of applause to all you digi makers out there with your beautiful digis, and especially Christmas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or my journals would look like crap. I stamped the 25 on here. There's my handmade paper. Little card there. This is an old piece of, I love this piece. Okay, and here is, it's a napkin that I collaged onto here. So it's covered. I like to use the matte medium of Mod Podge, so it's not so shiny. And it says fa la 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 on the napkin, and I had paper that said fa la 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 la, so I just added that. And then on another piece of the napkin, I cut out this the little house and put it on here. I just love this. I love the feel of it. So, and then I love, of course, love the red truck. Man, if you don't love a red truck, something's wrong. Okay, I know there's people out there that don't. Maybe yours is blue. Maybe you like the white ones. Okay. And I like that, a potluck blessing. May God bless our meal and grant us a compassionate and understanding heart toward one another. Boy, does that not apply to today. And this is an old thing, but I love that. That's from Mount St. Mary Abbey. That's one of their blessings. P.S. And thank you, Lord, for our country friends. Amen. Gather your friends, and it's got little recipes on here. Here's a magazine page, and I added Santa and his reindeer. And then this is another page that I love. That was just a little collage thing that I did. A little snowman. This has got this in here. That's in one pocket. Then the back pocket is, this is Diane's. And I added the little Tim Holtz girl. Okay, and I know Diane's gonna say, don't pull that. It's not that hard, Diane. Really, you can pull that one out. And then Chase Your Dreams, and it's got her beautiful paper. This is from I think, this is Night Before Christmas book that did I say Nightmare Before Christmas? Night Before Christmas, because I love that movie too. I love this page. You know, takes me back. Takes me back. Takes me back. Wow, I'm gonna get emotional. I didn't see this coming. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get emotional. You know, my parents are gone. We always had good Christmases. And it takes me back to a time when Christmas was Christmas. And it was about the birth of Christ. And Thanksgiving wasn't skipped over. And people believed in peace on earth, and people loved their neighbors and got along with their neighbors. And the world is so different today, and it breaks my heart. Because one of his greatest commandments was to love one another as you love yourself. And I truly believe that that's how we should be. I didn't expect this, y'all. I'm sorry if this bothers you. I just never know. I just had a flashback of my mom and dad. So sorry. Moving on. Sorry about that. Let's get back to this kind of times. And we can do it individually. Okay. Charles Wasaki, Christmas page. And I love this paper, and I just put the deer in there. And I stamped, this is Diane's, but I stamped on it and added the bird and the holiday greetings. Oh, goodness. And this is Diane's ornaments. And I just made a pocket, and I had this left. And then that's back of one of her pages. And I just added a stamp there. And there's the front or the back. You can really flip this over, do it either way you want to do it. And there's one of my Christmas ones, and I just got some tags in here. These are some tap tops I got off Etsy. I can't remember everybody. You know, I forget. And I apologize. I love the church out in the woods. And then here's a piece of vellum that I printed on. Isn't that just cute? Cutest little picture. I believe I got that off Etsy. And I like this on both sides. And here's The Night Before Christmas. Another Merry Christmas Charles Wasaki page. And I just left this blank because I really like this little story here. So I didn't cover it up. And I loved that sleigh. And I never didn't, remember I told you you'll find things, I didn't notice all the names of the sleighs in the first time I saw this. And then we have North Pole News. This is a piece of old cardstock. And that's, I can't remember if this is Diane. Is this Diane's? I think it's not. I just had some old stuff I think I pulled out of a bin. And like I said, I love the holly and I love the birds, you know, with the holly around them. And I love the way this was done. So, and then here we have, these are a few of my favorite things, and trees and trucks and rays and snow, and I did that. And then I put Santa there. Here's the Kodiak cage, and I added a Santa on. That's Diane's tab. So, and then this, I'm not gonna open. This, I found these at Target, these cute little sacks. But it's got all kinds of little goodies in here. You can take it out, store it somewhere else if you want, because it is a little bit thick. But, sorry about that. You can enjoy that. And that is my cozy country Christmas ring binder. I mean, it, like I said, it's a gator mouth. Shake everything down. It is a gator mouth. And it does come with a tie. And it does go around it. So, I wish a happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Enjoy. Love on your families. Lift up prayers for our nation and for our world. And have a very blessed rest of your day. Bye.